Happy Friday, America. Welcome to the fun show on YouTube called Happy Friday, America. Right here on the Discussion Combustion Production YouTube channel. We kick things off right. We get the weekend flowing the way it should be, getting goofy and wild on here, throwing you some stories that you might not hear on the everyday media. That's what we do here on HFA. My name is Kevin Batstone. Bringing in my man across the table, of course, it's Arthur. Haven't slept for days raw.
When your schedule is fully booked and your calendar is productive, that's full send, baby. We're going full send into the weekend, and I'm going to start us off with Today in History, August 22nd.
Let's go, baby. What do we got?
All right, so 1762 for all the ladies out there. First female U.S. newspaper editor, Anne Franklin, Newport, Rhode Island. I don't know what Mercury is, but that was in there too. So thank you for submitting awesome articles back in the 1700s, Miss Anne Franklin. That's our first one that we got here. All right, and so I like some U.S. news. So 1848. All right, the U.S. annexes New Mexico, which, if you didn't know, New Mexico and Colorado, we're like the home of the green chilies. Y'all don't know what that is until you come here.
That is true.
You know, you like there.
I fell in love with it.
You got to look up pork green chili recipe online to understand what we're talking about, or else you're thinking that people are just eating raw chilies.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works, people. But I'll tell you what does work. In 1849, this one's actually kind of cool. Austria launches pilotless balloons against the Italian city, Venice. This is the first air raid in history. So I had no idea about this. And all the way back in 1849, I don't know what was on those balloons. I don't know exactly. I could have done some more research there, but I just thought it was really interesting. Pilotless balloons, first air raid in history, 1849. We're bringing it to 1865 now. William Sheppard is issued the first U.S. patent for, guess what? Liquid soap.
Oof, that's a big one, huh?
So liquid soap has been around.
It's been around
since
for a minute.
1865.
That was probably some big doings when that happened.
I mean, you know, liquid soap, all I know is it's nice to stay squeaky clean. And I also wanted to wrap up Today in History with a very good friend of mine. I've known him since second grade, William Thiessen. Will Thiessen, my boy. I know you probably are not watching, but in 1986, on this day, you were born, and you are one of the best people I know. You are super selfless, and for that, I'm grateful for our friendship. That is Today in History.
Solid lad. All right, let's go. Let's see how weird we can get. So the world's oldest chicken, her name's Pearl, a hen from Little Elm, Texas, and she is recognized now. This should have been my random record, but there's more to this article.
Okay.
She's the world's oldest living chicken at 14 years and 69 days old. I wrote this a couple days ago, so add a few to that, about 71.
Do we know the average age of a chicken?
Average age is usually 6 to 10 years.
Well, it might be dropping in Denmark, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. So she first hatched Pearl on March 13th, 2011. Her owner, Sonia Hull, in an incubator. And since then, she has gone through health hardships, a broken leg, raccoon attack, arthritis, chicken pox. And, of course, she's in good hands at this hen house and this hen farm.
Yeah.
They take good care of these hens. They produce eggs. They do amazing things. But the average lifespan for chickens is, like I said, 6 to 10 years. And Pearl, her type of, I guess there's different, species.
Types of chicken.
Are usually 5 to 8.
Okay.
So she's well exceeded that by several years and still going. But man, just coming at it. Her daily comfort, she loves spinach, lettuce, fruit, some chicken feed, and cuddling with a mop.
Okay.
Some of her favorite activities.
And also flip-flop. There's like a special flip-flop.
And sleeping with a flip-flop. Yeah, so Pearl, is kind of a wild chicken down there in Tejas.
Well, it sounds like this chicken is eating better than most people, like healthier, more substantial food. I wonder if Pearl is still laying eggs or not, and like how the eggs affected by the age.
I think they lay a lot less the older they get.
Yeah,
those
elders, but they're still laying eggs, so then chickens don't go through menopause.
Well, the process
Do
of
we know?
The process of egg laying. I mean, they certainly lay less. So as the body ages, just like anything, it's no good. Like I don't think dogs can get pregnant when they're like over 10 years old. These are questions I don't have the answers to.
It's out of my pay range.
I'm not an animal expert. Okay, I just like hens. I think they're fun. It's pretty cool. She even takes naps and watches TV with the kitten.
Aw.
So Pearl's living it up down there. So shout out to Pearl out of Little Elm, Texas.
Yeah, shout out to Pearl for sure. And I'm going to segue into if this owner wants to really make the end of Pearl's life super exciting, all she has to do, or all the owner has to do, is donate it to the Aalborg Zoo in Denmark, because they are asking people to donate their pets to be feed for predators.
That's quite the turn there, Art.
So maybe...
I don't think Pearl's going to go out that way.
Yeah, I don't know, but that would be an exciting end. You know, Pearl lived the life and then gets to get eaten by a Bengal tiger.
I don't know. The journey over there would be kind of tough.
It would be tough. It would be tough. So, yeah, that's what we're going into next is, do you think it's ethical to donate a pet? And no dogs, no cats included in this, all right? So they do not accept dogs or cats. But do you think it's ethical to donate like a gerbil or like a different type of animal, even horses in some cases?
So they'll take horses but not dogs?
In some cases, to a zoo to become food for predators. Do you think that's ethical?
I think if the animal is old and it's on its last leg, it's certainly an option.
Well, and also I would be curious because obviously we form a bond with these animals over time and we love them. And so, like, we wouldn't want our animal to be scared and hunted. So it's like, are they feeding it to it live, or do they, like, you know, sedate it and put it out first and then feed it to the president? So I would have some questions there. I would have some questions there. I didn't read the full article. I do have some bullet points here. So like I mentioned, dogs and cats are not accepted. This zoo has actually received a lot of support, and also people that are absolutely appalled with the idea of donating their pets to a school. They call it's like cruel and unnatural. Some people are saying it spreads the indifference toward animals in Denmark, and some people are also saying that they would rather abandon their pet in the wild than donate it. So
doesn't make any
which
sense.
Is silly, because if you're like thinking about this cycle of life, like you're still contributing to the cycle of life more than just having your animal die in your house and then having whoever pick it up and dispose of it.
Right.
Like at least it's being recycled to preserve the animals in the zoo. And we all know zoos are kind of controversial, but they are a place for animals to be able to get healed and then reintroduced into the wild. So it's not all bad.
They probably get much better care over there than they do here.
Yeah. So
I guess.
I don't know, man. Like I would be up for it. I think
it's
be up
option
for donating some animals and stuff to be predator food. I would do it if I had like a gang of gerbils, or like
a donkey.
I was trying to donate some rabbits or something, or like, you know. So I don't know, kind of interesting. What are your thoughts?
Look, I think there's a good option there. If the animal's on its last leg, like I said, I would consider it. I don't have furry friends, so I'm out on this one.
Well, it's not a would you rather, and we're going to get to that soon.
That's coming up soon, right after my random records.
Oh, yeah. Let's keep it
moving.
What we got here.
All right, solid lad, Dean Stokes, okay, British man, decided he wanted to try to ride 60 roller coasters in 1 week to break the Guinness Book of World Record on it. And so 30 was the previous record.
Okay.
He went 55.
Okay, that's pretty close.
He said he came up short because there were some weather conditions on some of the parks that caused him not to be able to ride it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a lot if you think about 55 roller coasters in 7 days. Obviously, multiple different parks. You got to get through the lines. You got to get there probably when it opens. Travel around. You know, there's a lot going on. Like if you were to think about all the theme parks here in the States, that'd be a lot of traveling to try to do this.
Yeah, I mean,
in a week.
It might be a little bit easier in Europe just because
it's a little smaller.
Yeah, but still, you're gonna be doing a lot of driving. It's not always cheap to go into these parks, but I think that kind of sounds exhilarating. You know, at what point do you get like conditioned to roller coasters and then you're no longer getting the thrill?
Yeah, I think just like anything, it's repetition. You build up a tolerance just like you do to any other drug. I mean, you're getting a dopamine hit on those adrenaline rides. Because like even me, as a kid, there was this one, Canopy Lake Park was the name of it, in Salem, New Hampshire. And it was like a wooden roller coaster.
Yeah.
It had a mega drop on it. And I rode it like 3 times that day. And by the third time, it wasn't as exciting.
Yeah. So at what point? So if we keep riding the same coaster, it gets old. But if you're riding new coasters,
yeah, it's untreaded waters.
And
right?
so he's just doing it one each time, or was he like doubling
down? No. So
it was all new coasters.
This is the beginning.
55 total.
Yep. Wow. This is the beginning of his quest to ride every single coaster in Britain and Ireland.
Okay.
He wants to conquer every single one of them. So Dean Stokes getting the shout out this week.
Well, Dean Stokes, I do like the random record. And it ties in nicely to the Would You Rather coming up because, depending on his financial situation, he may have went into debt doing that. But before we jump into this week's Would You Rather, we got to cover last week's results. And the Would You Rather was, would you rather go back to late 90s, early 2000s tech, like no text, old text messaging, no internet on your phone, no social media, calling people, like all the things, or keep it how it is now? You and I, Kev, we both selected keeping it how it is now.
We did.
Reluctantly.
Yeah, we went back and forth on why that's kind of a bummer, but also a blessing in disguise. So we both are staying current. America is going 100% current with us.
Okay, there we go.
Everyone's keeping
the technology. We don't get it unanimous too often.
I mean, it's nice to have that nostalgic nod and that throwback to what that would be like. But there's just too much of it integrated in our everyday life and work now.
Yeah, me and my boo-boo were house sitting for my mom. She has a bunch of old VHSs, and we picked out Peter Pan and put it in there last night. And it was pretty cool putting it in there and doing the VHS and like fast forwarding and rewinding.
That's a throwback.
And I'm wondering, like when I was watching it, they had like the Indian scene. And I don't mean to get off topic too much right now, but I'm like, how much of this did they cut in the new ones? Because they're all talking how they didn't know how to slit throats anymore. The pirates were like saying stuff like that. And I wonder if that's in the new cut of the animated Peter Pan. I don't think it is.
Highly doubt it. Unlikely.
Yes. But this week's Would You Rather is, would you rather max out $10K on a credit card on a memorable vacation where you went all out and treated yourself or whoever you went with? So $10K, obviously, you could have an awesome vacation for $10,000. You could really do it big for like a whole 11 days or longer even. So you could do that, or avoid the debt and interest by keeping it simple at home. Which way you go, Kev?
Well, I like to venture out and do vacay. I've been fortunate to be many places, of course. Keeping it simple is nice. I like to do that on the weekends after our chaotic weeks. You know what? You only live once, folks. Full send nation. Not for nothing nation. We're maxing out that credit card. We're going to fucking Italy. We're going to the Virgin Islands. We're going to go have a good time. And look.
And just pay it back.
You got to go to work tomorrow. Money always comes. We're healthy. We're wealthy, baby. Go live it up.
I agree 100% with Kev. And I've actually done this in the past and maxed them out and paid some interest. But it was so worth it because once you get out of your bubble, your comfort zone, then you really start to experience life. And so keep it fresh. Keep it fun. I'm blowing $10K on vacations. Which way are you going, America?
Yeah, let us know. Twitter, X, or in the comments below. And this is not financial advice, folks, so don't come back at us and yell at us when you're $10K in debt. We're just throwing out some hypotheticals.
Pay it off as quick as you can. And like you could do one big banger vacation like that annually and then just really pay down that the rest of the year. So maybe this Would You Rather is a little bit of both, but I'm definitely going to go into the vacation mode.
I'm going vacation mode with you. I think that's fun. All right, what do we got next? We got ChatGPT coming back in. We talk about AI a lot. People are relying heavily on it. I've been seeing some recent articles coming out about how they're starting to lobby against the fact, like, AI is definitely not going to take over. That's just a fake narrative. Well, some folks trust it so much that they get their health advice and dietary advice from it. Clint Kirshenson. He's not in this article. So a 60-year-old man decided, he goes, you know what, I don't want to use table salt anymore. Because, it's bad for your blood pressure. It can cause other things.
Yeah.
It's just, like, if you're going to use anything, use pink Himalayan salt.
But then I heard contradictory stuff about that,
We have a salt lamp right there. Lick that thing.
I heard contradictory stuff about the pink salt as well.
I'm just saying, that's what I use personally.
I was using it.
And what do you use now? Regular iodized salt?
Yeah.
Just the regular table salt?
Yeah.
I don't use that.
So I honestly don't know what to believe in 2025. Like, well, I really don't know what to believe.
This guy didn't know what to believe either. So he said, what do I do, ChatGPT? And ChatGPT began using sodium bromide as a substitute. Still has sodium in it, of course, so there's that principle, but you're not getting that iodized table salt. So he took this. After about 3 months, he developed a rare condition called bromism. I don't know what that is, but it was a severe psychiatric and physical symptoms, including paranoia, hallucinations, insomnia, skin color changes, fatigue, lack of coordination, and extreme thirst. That part, to me, you would probably have the same thing happen if you over-ingested salt. Like, a lot of those are the same characteristics, I would believe. Like they say, don't eat too much salt before you go to bed, hence the insomnia.
Yeah.
The extreme thirst, you're severely dehydrated from all that salt. But the big takeaway from this article is not the salt. It's the fact that he trusted ChatGPT for his dietary advice, and it ended up getting him sick.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, Discussion Combustion obviously is another show that we do. We had an AI expert on that show that was talking about how everybody defaults into using the new things that come out without actually doing the due diligence, doing the test cases, making sure that it's legit. So if you're using ChatGPT to put stuff together or anything like that, the only advice I could give is to double check your work and double check what it's citing or sourcing, because it will just make up stuff to have an answer, even if it doesn't know it. And also it pulls from all data on the internet, and there's a lot of false information that it's pulling from on the internet.
There is. I ran a check on you and I on our names just to see what's out there, to see how much AI has gotten a hold of our nonsense. So it said that I was a financial expert, which I'm not. I like to talk finance here and there, and it said your name was Arthur Chatsworth.
Damn right.
That's since been corrected, though. AI has straightened that out. I'm not a financial expert. Don't come to me for advice, but I like to talk about it.
Well, some people do go to lawyers for advice, and ChatGPT is also fucking people over in the courtrooms.
I could see that.
So in this next article, an Australian lawyer apologizes for AI-generated errors in a murder case. So you got dudes on here going for health advice, and then you even got lawyers who
just
are
trying to hit that easy button,
are doing murder defense
with AI,
and they're just throwing it in there and throwing out errors. So this guy, Rishi Nathwani, in the King's Counsel,
we're going dumbass of the week.
Like, yeah, that's dumb. If you're a lawyer, like, that's dumbass of the week material.
Dumbass of the week. What's his name?
Rishi Nathwani. You are the dumbass of the week. And that's because you're a defense lawyer and you're using ChatGPT, and what it's doing is giving unsatisfactory errors and inaccurate statements and submissions within a case where someone's being tried for murder.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
So this was a teenager. He ended
tighten it up.
He ended up getting off of the charges, not because of the mistakes that the lawyer made, but because of there was insanity or whatever.
Oh, he pled insanity.
Like that whole
I don't
card.
like that. I feel like I don't like it.
Yeah, like, if you're man enough to like somebody, then you should be man enough to defend yourself in prison.
That's what James Holmes tried to claim. Remember him, the Aurora Theater shooting, that piece of shit?
Yeah.
Tried to plead insanity, and the dude was like a genius.
Yeah, what a POS. So it did delay the trial one day, and the judge was really disappointed in this guy.
I'm disappointed in this guy.
And it should all, and like, they're talking about how it should be like contempt in court, and like if lawyers are using AI to present a case and it is coming up with faulty, inaccurate submissions or information that isn't even actual, and they're submitting it to a judge, then they should get held accountable for that, because they're in the court of law.
Agreed.
And they're not even proofreading their shit. So yeah, dumbass of the week, we gotta give it to Rishi Nathwani and the King's Counsel in Australia.
Well, that's the dumbass of the week. AI, of course, involved once again. All right, bringing it back close to home. I don't know if you've seen this on.
I don't know if I believe this or not.
You haven't seen it? I've seen pictures.
No, I've been seeing this, but is it real?
I've been seeing pictures of these
seen
rabbits
it in real life?
Not with my own two eyes.
I haven't seen
I've got
it either.
rabbits near my place, and they don't have horns.
But they're saying it's only up in Fort Collins area.
They're saying it's the northern ones, which could be true. I mean, there's different. Like there was a breakout of some other. Remember we had that animal expert guy on here, that young cat. He was like a tree expert. And he was telling us
about
like
the beetles and stuff.
Yeah, he was saying the beetles
that was Pickles.
Pickles, please.
Yeah, Pickles, please.
What a solid lad he was. We got to get him back on.
Super solid lad.
Cool name too.
Yeah.
So in any case, Colorado rabbits are growing horns and tentacles, and it's apparently caused by this rare disease called I don't know if I can pronounce this. Papillomavirus.
That works.
Probably butchering that horribly.
No, that works.
So basically what this virus does is it produces wart-like tumors in the cottontail rabbit. So that might be the other thing. We don't have the cottontails. I haven't seen cottontails in my neck of the woods.
No. What rabbit do we have?
We've got like it doesn't have a cottontail, I can tell you that. It's just, they're just hopping around. They're like, Crystal tries to catch them. I can't think of
She tried to catch the rabbits?
She believes she can.
The rabbits are fast.
What
was she using to try to catch them?
She's just going to grab with her hands.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. So here's the deal. Most of the time they say these things are harmless. As the rabbit's immune system clears and builds, tolerance, these things are going away.
They like fall off the face.
They fall off the face. It only affects rabbits. These apparently the cottontails. It does not spread to dogs or other animals because people were like, oh well, what's going on with that? If the snake eats it, is it going to get the horns and stuff? So it's just it's a rare thing. They're calling it the Frankenstein or zombie bunny.
So this thing is real.
There's pictures. I've seen them.
Okay.
But I mean,
Yeah.
it's real enough that it's made, national news that Colorado rabbits are concerning.
I straight up was believing that this was the most satire shit, and it's been like on the TikTok and around different
everywhere.
news feeds for like a couple weeks now, and I've just been like, dude, they're just trying to distract us.
Yeah.
And maybe it is legit. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I think it's
I
not that far out of
until
context.
I see it with my own eyes, though.
We
I'm
got-
having a hard time believing in this.
We're going to have to go to Fort Collins then and do some rabbit hunting.
Dude, all I know, what else is up? What else is worth driving up there for?
You can tell Art hasn't slept in a few days. Look, no, Fort Collins it's a college town.
Yeah.
There's, what is it? UNC is up there. I think there's another one that I'm forgetting. But yeah, and I know a lot of folks that live up there. A couple guys I work with. They say it's a nice place to live and raise a family. I don't particularly like northern Colorado, and this just adds another reason as to why.
Yeah, I'm not going up there to investigate these bunnies. I don't.
I drive through it to get to Cheyenne, Wyoming, which also you're not missing much there.
I would do it for like $500. If someone gave me $500, I would drive up to Fort Collins and check out these rabbits.
Well, there's a Buc-ee's on the way up there. We can stop at Buc-ee's.
Yeah, like a glorified gas station.
Bro, have you ever been to Buc-ee's?
I've been.
It's amazing.
They got good. They do have like a good pulled pork.
Bro, their
I'm not gonna
breakfast
lie.
burritos, they have the beef jerky station. It's fantastic. All right, we're getting off topic here now.
We're gonna get into the weekend.
Yo, what do we got
I'm
going on?
traveling today, going to Vegas.
You're just not going to sleep anymore, huh? No sleep till Vegas.
I actually think I'm going to sleep great in Vegas.
Okay.
We got a good itinerary, and one of the things on the list in the Sphere, which I'm actually really excited.
Back streak, back. All right.
Yeah, and I'm wearing white with my wife. We're going in there wearing all white. We're going to make some fun TikToks. We're going to go see Backstreet Boys in the Sphere, and honestly, I'm looking forward to it. So that's what I'm getting into this weekend. How about you, Kev?
Well, I hope you have a great time. I'm curious to see, outside of Backstreet Boys, what you think of the Sphere.
It's probably
I mean,
awesome. Based on all the videos I've seen.
rumor has it Metallica might close their tour there next year.
Ooh.
Good luck getting tickets to that.
Yeah, for sure.
NASCAR, this is it, folks. This is the end of the regular season.
Already?
It all comes down to this. And then the playoffs start.
Okay.
Because, obviously we got 10 races of the playoffs. But Daytona, where it all starts in the beginning of the year, we finish the regular season there. 2 spots remain to transfer into playoffs. NASCAR Sky is going to be doing a race day takeover.
Let's go,
Use the
NASCAR
hashtag
Sky.
MTG. She's going to be streaming all a bunch of fun stuff, and then we'll be back Monday night to break it all down on MTG right here on this YouTube channel. Enjoy your weekend, America. It's finally cooling off here in Denver, so I can put some more clothes on. I'm rocking the wife beater today, Art. Let's shut it down.
Keeping it hot. We keep it simple, stupid. You know all the places to follow us on the internet. So go ahead and do that. Thank you for your support. You're amazing. You're beautiful. We got this. Let's go.